Listen, if people always like you, you're probably doing something wrong. Self-respect is not about being agreeable. It's not about pleasing everyone. It's about choosing yourself. And when you do that, people will resent you for it. Because the truth is, most people don't respect themselves. So when they see you doing it, it makes them uncomfortable. Today, I'm going to break down exactly what real self-respect looks like in everyday life, why most people will hate you for it, and why that's actually a good thing. And if you respect yourself enough to consume content that makes you stronger and not weaker, then do me a favor, smash that like button real quick for the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's get into it. Number one, the signs you actually respect yourself. Let's get one thing straight. Self-respect isn't about words, it's about actions. Most people say they respect themselves, but their actions say otherwise. So let's talk about what real respect actually looks like. Point one, you set your boundaries and enforce them. You don't just say you have standards. You hold people accountable to them. If someone disrespects you, you check them. If someone oversteps, you correct them or cut them off. If a friend, a date, or even family consistently crosses that line, you're willing to walk away. And this makes people angry. Why? Because they benefit from you having weak boundaries. But listen, when you enforce your standards, the right people will respect you more, and the wrong people will expose themselves. Point two, you don't seek approval. You move with conviction. When you respect yourself, you don't ask permission to be yourself. You don't water down your opinions to make people comfortable. You don't chase validation. You live by your own code. You don't apologize for your standards. And when people realize they can't control you, they'll call you arrogant, difficult, or selfish. But the truth, most people just aren't used to anyone who actually respects themselves. Point three, you prioritize yourself without guilt. You see, you put your goals, health, and peace above nonsense. You skip the drama. You protect your time. You say no without explaining yourself. And guess what? This pisses people off because they can't guilt you into doing what they want. But let me ask you, why should you feel bad for choosing you? And if you are feeling this so far, hit that like button. Let's spread the message to people who need to hear it, because there's a lot of them that need to hear this video. Two, why people hate it when you respect yourself. Now, why do people really hate it when you start respecting yourself? Point one, you remind them of their own weakness. You see, most people lack self-respect. They don't set boundaries. They let others walk all over them. So when they see you standing firm, it exposes their own weakness. Instead of leveling up, they'd rather tear you down to feel better about themselves. Point two, they can't control you anymore. People love to manipulate those who lack self-respect. You might see this. You might be one of them. The needy friend who guilt trips you. The boss who underpays you because you won't speak up. The partner who disrespects you because they know you'll just continue to stick around. When you start enforcing these boundaries, these people lose control over you, and they don't like that. Point 3, they mistake self-respect for arrogance. This is a real big one. Society has trained people to think that confidence is bad. They tell you, be humble. Translation, make yourself small. Be agreeable. Translation, don't have a backbone. Don't be selfish. Translation, prioritize others over yourself. But here's the truth. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's simply knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less. 3, how to stay strong despite the hate. The hardest part about respecting yourself isn't doing it, it's dealing with the backlash, because there will be a lot of it. So how do you handle it? Point 1 of this. Understand that losing people is part of the process. When you respect yourself, you'll lose fake friends, toxic relationships, and weak connections. Good. Let them go. The people who are meant to be in your life will respect your self-worth. The ones who leave, they were only there because they could take advantage of you. Point 2, stay unapologetic. People will try to make you feel bad for choosing yourself. Don't fall for it. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your standards. You don't owe anyone an apology for having self-respect. Point 3, surround yourself with strong people. Weak people will drag you down. Strong people will push you higher. Find mentors, brothers, and like-minded individuals who get it, who want to see you win, not shrink. If you don't have that yet, start by being that for yourself. At the end of the day, self-respect is about choosing you. And when you do that, some people, a lot of people, will hate you. Some people will envy you. Some people might even fear you. But the right people, they'll respect you. And most importantly, you will respect yourself. If this video hit home for you, do me a favor and smash that like button if you haven't yet for the YouTube algorithm. Let's spread this message to the people who need to hear it. And if you're serious about leveling up, make sure to subscribe, because we're just getting started with this channel. I drop 2 new videos every week. You could start with this one right here, and I'll see you on the next one.